Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Eric Mackey,
And I'm Christine Downs.
and we are trainers for Northeast PBIS. We're going to be talking about integrating and aligning initiatives within a PBIS framework. The content for this training was developed by Northeast PBIS and the Center on Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports. Think of all the different initiatives and programs your district and school has going at this time. It often feels like there's not enough time to learn and implement all of these new strategies while trying to teach our academic subjects. Aligning and integrating is a way to reduce the stress and the work that goes into adopting and using new initiatives. By aligning initiatives and using PBIS core features as the guiding principles, we create one coherent framework that allows us to articulate a simplified message to all stakeholders. It allows them to get behind one overall improvement strategy. There are 5 steps that we can take when thinking about aligning initiatives. First, you can define your valued outcomes, such as having a positive school culture. Then you can list your related initiatives, such as PBIS, social emotional learning, bullying prevention, etc. Then you can identify your core system features, such as teaching lessons or acknowledging students. Then you can analyze and make decisions, such as how can you combine professional development events. And finally, you can plan for effective alignment, such as combining teams and combining outcomes. If you're interested in learning more about integration and alignment, you can download and read the technical guide for alignment on PBIS.org. You can also use section 5C in your Getting Started workbook for more information. The Working Smarter Team Matrix is a valuable tool to revisit as a first step towards aligning initiatives. By reviewing and recreating your list of all the initiatives going on in your school, you can then take the time to identify the purpose and the outcomes for each initiative. In the last column, where you indicate the school or district improvement plan goals, that's especially helpful to helping you to decide which initiatives can be aligned. So here's an example here. You can see where the outcomes and the improvement goals overlap. Notice how the SEL initiative, the discipline committee, the restorative practice committee, and the PBIS initiative are all working towards reducing referrals for behavior. This is where we should begin our alignment and integration work.
So after watching this video, you'll want to complete the alignment worksheet with your team. You can find that on the NEPBIS website under Tier 1 Schoolwide, and then Workbook and Supplemental Resources. So let's review this completed worksheet as an example. So first you can see here that there are 3 initiatives this school is attempting to integrate: PBIS, SEL, social emotional learning, and trauma-informed practices. Eric, can you think of others that schools might integrate?
Sure. I think restorative practices, anti-bullying initiatives, responsive classroom, social justice practices, just to name a few.
Well, those are good ones, yeah. So next you can see that there are outcomes for each of the initiatives, and they're listed there, and we can see where they overlap, where it's underlined. And next comes the practices. So wherever you can on the worksheet, align the practices so you can see where they overlap. Here we see that they all 3 ask for a vision statement. And certainly we don't need 3 vision statements. We want one comprehensive vision statement that encompasses all 3 initiatives. And we can also see some other areas that overlap, such as in lesson plans and intervention strategies. The next areas to consider are systems and data. You'll want to list the team that was created for the initiative. Again, think, can those be combined? Go back to your Working Smarter matrix and see if most of the same people are on all 3 committees, and see if you can combine them. Next, think about training for your staff. Can we create staff professional development that covers all 3 topics so that staff understand their interconnectedness? See, we've done it all on the same day here. And finally, we want to consider what fidelity and outcome data you're going to use to determine the fidelity and effectiveness of each intervention. So you can see here that the outcome data for all three includes nurse visits, counselor visits, and the school climate survey. So that's a nice alignment there. Once you've completed your worksheet of where the initiatives align, now you'll want to begin the work of integrating the content and practices wherever possible. So consider incorporating pro-social skills from social emotional learning, SEL, within the PBIS teaching matrix. So we can see here that being safe means keeping your hands and feet to yourself, but it also means telling an adult when you're worried about a friend. And being responsible is to turn in your work on time, but also checking in with your own feelings during the day to possibly see if you're frustrated or anxious. Right? So those specific behaviors are really important and necessary, but we're also addressing the social competencies with all of our students.
So Christine, if a school is using a social emotional curriculum like the zones, would you recommend including the language for the zones?
Into the matrix? Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like here, you can see that if a school was dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety in their student populations, and that became a priority in the school, the team could develop or use social emotional strategies and skills and incorporate them right into their social curriculum, right here into the matrix. And then it would just be a matter of teaching those skills to the students. So the matrix is the delivery mechanism to get the skills out to everyone. It's the common language and script used to teach, acknowledge, and pre-correct. And this allows the staff to use the same approach for teaching and supporting students across the school day and throughout the year. And sending it home to parents is helpful as well, so they can support those. So finally, you're going to continue to integrate across all the core features at your kickoff and booster events and trainings, throughout your ongoing direct instruction to students. You would want to embed it into academic curriculum wherever possible. And of course, through all your visibility avenues like displays and posters and daily announcements and on social media, everywhere.
So follow these guidelines to effectively align and integrate your initiatives. Always start at the organizational level if possible. Can or does the same person have administrative and budget authority over various initiatives? This could help to avoid redundancies in trainers, repetitive tasks, staffing, and resources. Use your Working Smarter matrix to align your common outcomes and outcome measures. Align and integrate the common core features into your practices and professional development to be as efficient as possible with your time and resources. Finally, resolve any logic model conflicts. Examine how everything flows together and resolve any issues where procedures might diverge, such as one initiative might use tangible reinforcers while another one stresses only verbal feedback. Work with your team to come up with a collaborative, workable protocol or solution. So when you have the opportunity to get together with your team, take some time to consider these points and these questions. So when you're together, go to section 5C in your Getting Started workbook, specific to integration and alignment, and review the guidelines. Review the Working Smarter matrix to make sure that you're working towards reducing redundancies in teams and finding common outcomes. Complete the alignment activity, which can be found in the supplemental resources. Identify action steps and resources you may need in order to begin this work and add them to your action plan. For more information, please check pbis.org, nepbis.org, or contact your trainer. Take care.
Thank you.